Look at us.
Look at us. We're just a couple of rural gals trying to create community and entertain. I'm Courtney.
And I'm Annaliese, and we're Egg's most okayest farm girls. Grab a drink. We're here to help. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, girlfriend.
Oh my gosh. We need to put a disclaimer on this episode. Buckle up, everyone, because we're going for a ride.
Buckle up, bitches.
Yeah. Today's episode is just what is on our mind, and it could go here, there, and everywhere. We each made a list of things we want to talk about, and
it's so random, but it's going to be a really good episode.
So random. I sent you my list yesterday, and you're like, WTF is this?
What is this? There was like a lot of cannibalism topics.
Okay, there was one cannibalism thing.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Samesies. So, who wants to go first?
You go.
All right, I'll get off with the cannibalism, I guess. So, Tom comes home the other day, and he's like, I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about this story where this homeless man, I think it was in LA, caught walking around with a severed leg just gnawing on it. And I was like, you are lying. This is fake news. This didn't happen. And he's like, here's the link. I have the link. I'll read you a little snippet.
Oh, Lord. What is happening to this world?
Homeless man caught on video cannibalizing severed leg. Disturbing video footage has captured the incident where a man is seen holding onto a detached human limb following an accident involving a train in Wasco, California. Bystanders watched in shock, recording a 27-year-old allegedly picking up a severed leg, sniffed it, and gestured with it. Construction workers who were near the train station witnessed the whole ordeal. And then, like someone said, I just saw this guy walking by, like, waving a person's leg. And this is where it gets gross, guys. And it's gross, but I'm laughing and I shouldn't. My sense of humor is dark.
Mine, too.
On the leg, the skin was hanging. You could see the bone. And as he moved past them, he just, like, started chewing on the leg. He was biting it and hitting it against the wall. What the fuck?
What?
It's so disgusting.
He was a real-life zombie, right?
I mean, apparently.
Like, they exist then.
Yeah, he's currently being held in jail until his expected arraignment on March 26th, which is come and gone. I feel like we need a follow-up now.
I feel like I could have gone my life without knowing that story.
But samesies. But once it was brought to my attention, I couldn't not to bring it to other people's attention because of what
obviously. Wow. Okay.
So we'll kick it off with that. That's been on my mind in my nightmares, in my dreams.
Jesus. Wow, what a lot to unpack.
Yeah, where do you follow with that?
I know, now like all my topics, it's like, who cares? It's a zombie apocalypse out there. Okay, well, first things first, I would like to put this out there. My mother binge listened to all of our episodes.
Oh.
Last time I saw her in person, she's like pissed.
Oh no.
About the growing up episode. And she said, why would you say that I only fed you hot dogs and mac and cheese? There were other things. So I want to put it out there that, just to clarify, she did feed us ramen noodles and goulash sometimes.
Goulash. Hey,
and cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows.
All right. Clarified.
And chicken nuggets.
We're all right. Look at us now.
Yeah. I grew up to be fine. Yeah. Kind of.
It's debatable.
So what's been on my mind a lot lately is content creation. Actually, until yesterday, it's been kind of a downward spiral for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of been a big bummer. Like, I know what I should do in order to grow my audience. Short, reels, trending audio, whatever. But I don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to be original. So I've just been kind of in a rut.
I feel you. I feel very much the same way. I feel like views are down. I'm not getting as much engagement as I usually do. And I'm not in a rut, but I've been playing around with different content ideas or trends, or like to see what is hitting home. Yeah. But it does feel like a bummer.
It
like,
is.
I feel like I used to have so many good real. And I've actually even repurposed some of them. I'm like, okay, well, if people liked it back then, I'll try, repurposing it now, and it still doesn't do as well. So yeah, I don't know. And I talked to some other like of our content influencer creator friends. I think the feeling is mutual across. Yeah, the board. Everyone is like, what's happening?
I just feel like I have a dormant page. Although, like I said, the reel from what was it, yesterday or the day before, people are actually engaging again and talking, and it feels awesome, and it's just given me a little boost that I needed.
And one that they're engaging with, was it because you felt like it was authentically you?
Yeah, I think so.
We just gotta be ourselves, man.
Yeah, I got so sick of the same. It seems like everyone is posting the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just regurgitating it. And maybe that's what my news feed has been like tailored to, because that's what I'm trying to like look for and recreate in the past. So maybe I've actually done it to myself.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, need to start following.
Maybe I need
people or, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did the last few days is I've been going on like original content creators pages and getting inspired from them just being themselves.
These dogs.
God damn. I got this can of pet corrector.
Oh.
And it just like, you press the button and it just makes like a hissing sound.
Uh-huh.
Like you don't spray it at your dog, but it seems to be working. Like
really?
He does not like the sound.
Interesting. God, if they were a sponsor right now, that would have been like the most nonchalant, natural ad.
I know. I need to contact them because he barks every podcast recording that we do.
He's got things to say, that guy.
He's a real pain in my patoot.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Moving on to what else is on my mind. This is more newsworthy things, but Morgan Wallen. You heard he went to jail again, and I just think it's so funny because if you guys don't know this, I have always said I do not find Morgan Wallen attractive. I do not get the hype about this man. People say like he has like hot energy. To me, like his energy or his aura is like I imagine he just smells like beef and cheese. Like there is nothing attractive about him to me. I don't get it. And I think he's so dumb. Like who throws a chair?
So what exactly happened? Because I live under a rock.
Oh my gosh.
I missed it.
It was at Eric Church's new bar, which BT Dubs looks pretty sweet. We need to go to downtown Nashville.
Okay.
He was up there for like the opening of this bar, up on the rooftop, and got drunk and was just like, let's throw a chair off the roof. And there happened to be 2 police officers right below. So he I think he got charged with like a few felonies for this.
Serves you right, buddy.
Serves you right.
You can't be throwing it off the top of a building. Like, what are you thinking?
I know. I found myself in a TikTok algorithm all about this chair business, which, oh my God, I was just cackling. By the time this episode comes out, this will be old news, but the TikToks are so good. Like, speaking of creators, like all the people who jumped on like the next day to recreate some of his songs to have lyrics of, like making fun of him about throwing this chair, like brilliant.
I did see one of those. It was Chef's Kiss.
Yes, yeah.
It was beautiful.
It is. Oh, so that put on my mind. Morgan Wallen, if you find him good looking, why, where, how? He's a D-bag.
I didn't think he was, very.
Now he's starting to get a little beer belly on him. He's got to lay off the booze.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Wasn't he the musician that like just kept cheating on his significant other? Like there'd be pictures that would come out of him with other women, like at bars.
Yeah, during COVID, he was like making out with girls at a bar.
Yeah. What are you doing, Morgan Wallen? Like, get your shit together.
Yes. So that's been on my mind.
Okay. Well, you know what's been on my mind since yesterday is Aaron bought a tractor.
Oh, what
just
kind?
Like, I honestly didn't even ask because it makes me want to vomit.
Is it the bill?
Yeah, I saw the bill. It was like $40,000 just like gone.
Yeah. That ain't fun.
Gets my irritable bowels all in a tizzy. I can't even think about it. We got to change the subject.
You really have irritable bowel syndrome?
I do, yeah.
You don't know.
Not
darn
the
it.
world knows.
Now the world knows. Well, this is kind of maybe related to bowels, depending on how you handle dairy, but cottage cheese really seems to be having a moment. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because what does this have to do with bowels?
I said depending on how you can handle dairy.
You almost made me spit out my bubbler. Anyways, sorry.
Seemed like a good segue to me.
It's a bit of a stretch, but I liked it.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, cottage cheese. What did you want to say about it?
It seems... I can't stop laughing now. It seems to be having a moment. Everybody is putting cottage cheese in everything, which as a dairy farmer, I'm like, yay. Go cottage cheese. It's a high protein snack. But here's where I draw the line. People are like using it to make pasta sauces. And I tried one of these recipes. It was macaroni and cheese where like you blend up the cottage cheese to make part of the sauce. No, it doesn't work. And people are putting it, I think, like in baked goods. Like, stop trying to make cottage cheese the new cauliflower. Like, just...
At least cottage cheese is way better than cauliflower. Like,
yeah.
You can have your cauliflower. Gross. You know, it's about time it's had its moment. So
people just be putting cottage cheese in everything. I did try, because I like to put heavy whipping cream in my eggs, and a bunch of people were like, you gotta try it with cottage cheese. So I did, and like put it in a blender again. It wasn't bad, but I still think heavy whipping cream is better. Cottage cheese is obviously healthier. It gives you a little more protein, but I don't know. Something about that heavy whipping cream just makes them creamy and delicious.
Yeah, and I can't be putting shit in a blender. Like, that's just extra mess.
Another dish?
Who's got time for that?
No.
You know what's really good? Is taking Fritos and dipping it in cottage cheese as like a dip.
So full disclosure, I actually don't even like cottage cheese.
Yeah, I don't like it by itself, but use a Frito and eat it, and it's delicious.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I like to use, like, I'll put it in my lasagna, and apparently I like it in eggs now. But otherwise, I don't. Oh, that was the other weird thing people were doing with cottage cheese, making ice cream out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, like, that's the line that needs to be drawn. Just get ice. Stop trying to make desserts healthy.
Yeah, it's just not going to be. It's not. Have you ever tried sour cream in your apple pie?
No. Tell me more.
It's amazing. It'll blow your mind.
So just to add
a recipe.
Please? Maybe we'll have to put the recipe in the show notes. What if everybody wants this? You just put a dollop of it in, or what?
You know where I got it from is 7 Acre Dairy when we stayed there. Oh. And they had like this cute little pie. The next morning when I was hungover, I was like, I'm going to eat that whole pie. And I did for breakfast. And it was so good. And then I just scoured the internet to find a like copycat recipe. I found one. So I'll send it to you. It's amazing.
Tom, I think he got this recipe from the Pioneer Woman, but she'll put yogurt in her pancakes.
Oh,
and it makes them kind of creamier and
moist.
Moist.
Everyone's turning this off. They're like,
we should record like trigger warnings. Like, if you go cannibalism or the word moist or cottage cheese, do not listen to this episode.
We're learning about IBS.
Right.
Next on my list, I was kind of doom scrolling Instagram and this reel popped up. And so then I, of course, had to like check out this page. It's this dude who lives in LA. He stops like all these like $500,000 vehicles like on the street at a stoplight. He'll just stop them and be like, hey, love your car. What do you do? And so it's very interesting to see like all these crazy vehicles that are worth, you know, $500,000. And then the person inside, it's always sketchy.
Really?
They make something up. Like this woman like said she was a cardiologist, and then like
what?
Followers like found her page and they're like, girl, you're on OnlyFans. That's not.
Oh.
So basically, half of them were like porn stars and OnlyFans. One guy was a drug dealer. One guy was into Bitcoin. So yeah, it's just like, it had me thinking, I'm like, are there any successful, great, honest rags to riches stories anymore? Or is it all just like OnlyFans?
Yeah, feet pics.
Yeah.
Interesting. I need to go take a gander at this. I thought it would be like, I don't know, I invented something.
Yeah, that's what, honestly, I was like, that's the creator of Best Buy or something. But no, like it was, it's fun to read through the comments because people like investigate who these people actually are. Or like the person themselves will comment and be like, that's me. And then you look at their page and you're like, you're a con artist. That's how you got your money. Like, what?
Speaking of scam artists, have you watched, it's on Peacock, Apples Never Fall?
Mm-mm.
Really good show. Like, I haven't found a show in a long time that actually makes me forget about my phone. And this one was like, it was good. It's like a limited series. Tom and I binged it, really enjoyed it.
What's it about?
I don't want to give away too much, but it's about like this whole family's like kind of, I don't know, super into tennis, and this like woman kind of infiltrates their life. Then the mom goes missing, and just the way they play it, like each episode you get like somebody different from the family's perspective or like background and history. So it just like keeps building more questions, and like, is the mom dead? Is she, you know, just missing? Is like, who killed her?
That's the kind of show that Aaron and I love watching.
Yeah. Okay. Other things that have been on my mind is Mother's Day. Mother's Day is approaching, and I feel like I love Tom and the kids, and I know they mean well, but the last few Mother's Days, like, for one, I just am mad that Mother's Day is in May because the weather is always questionable.
Mhm.
Usually it's shit. And the fathers get June, where it's like summertime, barbecue. Why do we get coldish weather and brunch? I want a barbecue.
Me too.
It's not fair. And anyways, love Tom and the kids, but I just feel like Mother's Day is always a flop. I've had it. And so this year I was thinking, like, I want to host a Mother's Day party for me and my friends or whoever is around me. Let's make it good and do what we actually want to do. And then on Sunday, actual Mother's Day, it is what it is. We get what we get from the husband and the kids.
Yeah, that sounds like an amazing plan.
Do you guys usually have good Mother's Day?
Not really. I mean, in the past, I was always scheduled. So I used to work every other weekend, and almost 90% of the time I worked Mother's Day.
Oh.
Every freaking year. So sometimes we do brunch.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even remember the last time. And then Aaron's not a gift giver.
Yeah, we don't really do gifts either, which it's fine. I don't expect gifts. Tom and I, it's like, we will just buy whatever we want when we want it.
Yeah.
And if we're going to spend money, like, we'll probably just like spend money to go spend time together.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at too. We usually just like go get supper together for any birthdays, Mother's Day, Father, like everything, basically.
Tom always like will try to cook or like take that on for Mother's Day, but honestly, I'm always just disappointed. It's just like,
I hope Tom isn't listening.
I know. And no, I love him. He tries so hard, and like, I appreciate that. Like, he really tries, but almost like too hard, or like he'll like really like hype it up, like, oh, just you wait for your dinner tonight, and like get me all excited, and then it's like goulash. I don't know. And I'm just like, what? Why did you hype this up so much? Like, don't do that to me.
Sounds like my mom hyping up goulash.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. Got to start our own tradition for Mother's Day to make it less of a flop.
Right. Just need to do a little, be like, hey guys, I'm taking this day. The Saturday before Mother's Day is for mom, and tomorrow you can make me burnt toast in bed, goulash, whatever your heart desires.
It is super cute though when the kids come up with like the breakfast they made you, and you're like,
yeah,
it looks great.
Right?
It's very cute though. It's very sweet.
Yeah. What else is on your mind?
Have you seen Britney Spears lately?
Oh, I have. Follow religiously.
I do too. She popped up again yesterday, and I was like, are we sure that she's not a clone?
Yeah, I have questioned this. Is it really her? It's just some bizarre things
Can't
going on.
be. I know people age, but she looks like she has a different face.
And for like as much money as she has, wouldn't somebody tell her to like wipe some of the eyeliner off?
Right.
Or be like, actually, we're not wearing these kinds of tops anymore. Or actually, your nipple is showing in this.
Oh, I love her so much.
They do too.
But I don't know if it's her.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
I'm not like overly conspiracy theorist. I don't have a tendency to go that direction, but in this case,
My youngest sister is into the conspiracy theories. And sometimes we'll just be sitting around a fire having some drinks, and that's where she really lets loose with her ideas. She had heard, and I think maybe believes, that like aliens are taking over certain celebrity bodies.
maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
They're like trying to learn. They're like, I think the earthlings like this sort of dance. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
Like knives, add the knives. They'll like that.
Knives! I forgot about those knives. So bizarre. Dancing with
I
those
think-
knives.
Your sister's onto something.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that like the first time Aaron saw Starlink, the satellites, he called me, like FaceTimed me, and he's like, Court, look at this. White as a ghost. Like, I don't know what I'm seeing right now. It's like,
What did he say?
we are being invaded. Like,
Oh.
honey, that's Starlink.
Right.
It's an internet provider. But I had the same reaction in his defense the first time I saw it. I was like, what is that?
Right? It is kind of creepy how that thing just moves around up there. And
Yeah, people are like, I know that's not an airplane. I know it's not a star. Like, what is that thing?
here's another segue. Speaking of internet and streaming television shows, we have been into watching on Disney Plus a whole show about the animals at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and you get to see like behind the scenes stuff, and it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, they'll do different surgeries on these animals, which for the endangered species totally makes sense, right? Like they're going above and beyond to make sure these endangered species live and reproduce. But the other night, there was a segment on this chicken named Popcorn who lives at the Animal Kingdom. And this chicken Popcorn was found in a parking lot. And have you know the chicken from Moana?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what this chicken looks like, but worse. Like, it's missing feathers. It is on its last leg. We don't even know how old this chicken is. The zookeepers noticed that Popcorn's, not looking so great. So they put the chicken under for surgery and remove its repro tract so it can continue to live a long life. And I'm like, just kill it. I'm sorry. It's a chicken. Put it out of its misery. Why are we spending all this
How much money did that cost?
on a chicken? It's not an endangered species.
There are people starving in this world. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's not funny. It's funny that they would spend that much money on a chicken.
Not even a good chicken. This chicken doesn't even have good genetics. Like, she is a rough looking hen. I couldn't get over it. It boggled my mind.
I mean, if it were my chicken Marge,
What would you do for Marge? You'd put her under?
I would give my life for her. I'm just kidding. I would not, but she is tattooed on my arm.
Oh,
Do you see it?
Marge.
Look at
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
She's
I get
the
it.
girl.
She's a pet to you. But they found this goddamn chicken in a parking lot. At some point, you need to draw the line of where our Disney dollars are spent. And
I feel you.
don't think Popcorn deserved the Disney dollars.
Right. Instead, like, send me and Annaliese there
Yeah.
for free.
I love
Please.
watching the gorillas.
I can't afford to go to Disney. Please just send me there.
Right.
It's like, what, 10 grand to go there now and do all the things?
Did you ever go as a kid?
I did. Yeah.
Amazing. Like, I want to bring the kids, but
Mm-hmm. We haven't yet. Like, right before Christmas, we were like, Ellie was begging me for a dog. I was like, do you want a dog or do you want to go to Disneyland? We cannot do both.
right.
And she chose a dog, and he's sitting right here farting in the room while we're recording. So if you heard, like, a little while back, like a little, that was not me.
Oh, I didn't hear it. What else is on your list?
Do you ever think about, like, how one small decision in your life, like, changed the entire outcome? Do you think about that sometimes?
I do all the time.
Like, I remember when I was at UW Milwaukee, going to school, going to art school, and I switched to UW Madison for a boyfriend at the time who was terrible. He was a terrible guy. Anyways, my best friend also went to UW-Madison. I switched schools, switched majors, just did a full 360.
Yeah.
If I would have stayed in Milwaukee, like, I don't think I would have ever met Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
If I never would have met Aaron, my life would be completely different.
We probably wouldn't even be here right now.
No, we wouldn't. I wouldn't have my children.
I know. I think about that, but I also am a big believer in, like, if you're meant to be with someone one way or another, they find their way to you. Because same sort of situation, like, I had some, like, family drama go down, and had that not happened, I probably wouldn't be with Tom, because Tom and I met in college, and he was dead set on going to his family's farm. I was dead set on going to my family's farm, and we knew we were going to graduate, and we're just like, I guess we'll do long distance and see what happens. But then, yeah, I had all this family drama go down that made me want to get away from my family. So I ended up following Tom to his family's farm, and now here we are today. But I do think, like, as hard as that family drama was, it really was like the kick I needed to go be with Tom.
Right.
We were both so loyal to our farms, needed something big to happen.
Yeah.
But like I said, I also still believe if that wouldn't have happened, and I still like to believe one way or another, Tom and I would have found each other.
True that.
The world works in funny ways.
It really does. My best friend was dating Aaron's best friend. That's how we met.
Oh.
In college. After I moved to Madison. It's
Romantic.
Crazy how things work. Previous boyfriend cheated on me like 100 times, so.
Ugh, what a D-bag.
Total D-bag.
Sounds like the type that would throw a chair off a rooftop.
He kind of looks like, is he Morgan Wallen?
Whoa.
What?
Well, if you keep getting deep for a second.
Yeah, I do.
I have been thinking a lot about getting old and dying lately, and I don't know how to stop thinking about it.
Oh, geez.
I know, but Smash Mouth was not kidding when they said the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Like, where is the time going? I feel like we're getting so old so fast. Or like, to see my parents starting to get old. I'm just like...
That's hard to see. Yep. Do you still have grandparents?
I do.
When you start to see them getting older, too.
20 years ago, whatever show was popular. What was I just watching the other day? Like Sex and the City. And that show is like old now. And I was like, no, pretty sure it just came out. Like,
that can't be it.
20 years ago. That's what freaks me out. That's why I'm just really having a hard time. I have to like turn the old noggin off.
I feel you. I just turned 36 yesterday.
Was 36 tough? Did you have a tough time turning 30?
Yeah.
Did too.
I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
It's been nice. It's been a good ride.
Yeah, 30 was hard, but everything after that was fine. But I'm worried about 40.
I was just going to say 40 is going to be rough, which I shouldn't think that way because honestly, my 30s have been a blast.
Same.
Like,
I've never felt more myself.
Exactly, because you're so over it all, you just don't give a fuck anymore. You're just like, I've got friends, I got family.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be myself. I got everything I need. Like
Hopefully that feeling will just grow within our 40s.
Yeah.
But I was listening to that super sad Toby Keith song, Don't Let the Old Man In. And there's a lyric in there that says, if you didn't know the day you were born, how old would you be? How old do you feel, essentially? Most days still feel 17.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah?
I don't even know. I'd say I feel younger than what I am.
For sure.
Somewhere in my 20s.
Yep, me too. Most days I think it's wild that I'm allowed to do the things I'm doing.
Same.
Gosh, I do have more things on my list, but time's ticking on this episode already.
Gosh, I didn't even realize we've been talking for like 40 minutes already.
I know.
Well, do you want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Go for it.
No, not me, you.
Not me? Oh, my mother. I feel like this one's going to be... We just ended on something, really heartfelt and deep, making our audience think, and now I'm going to be like, have you ever considered a silk pillowcase? Because that was the other thing I've actually been thinking about and did finally just purchase on Amazon the other day.
You know what? I did the same.
No way. Did it come?
I'm serious. Yeah. Do you see the silk?
Oh, silk. Yep.
on that side.
Do you feel like your hair is better in the morning? And
I've only had it for like less than a week,
Okay.
probably. So I haven't really noticed a difference. But yeah, everyone's saying it's good for your hair and your skin.
right. They said like a lot of cotton pillowcases or whatever will just soak up any face creams you put on at night. And I was like, well, I'm paying good money for these face creams. I need it to go into my face.
Yeah, and I'm sure it like absorbs oils and bacteria and
Right.
gives you zits and whatever. I will say that I feel like my pillow just kind of takes off in the night.
Yeah, you're just slipping and
Kind
sliding.
of slippery. So I don't love that.
Yeah, I've never had silk sheets, but I imagine it would be dangerous.
Yes.
All right, well, I think that completed my list. Okay, so I don't know.
Excellent.
Fun. Gosh, I hope everyone listening had fun.
I hope you're all not left just really confused.
Maybe,
What
but
was that?
it was a good time.
Random thoughts with Courtney
Random
and
thoughts.
Annaliese. Okay?
We'll find if you guys liked it, we'll do it again because
we got a lot of them.
Yeah.
We never turn our brains off, apparently. They're just constantly like, but Britney Spears, what is she?
Possibly an alien. Oh, goodness.
I gotta chat with your sister about that.
Yeah. Get her on for a whole episode on conspiracy theories because she had another one. God, yeah. She was convinced mermaids were real. She's like, oh, they're real. They just don't look like they do in, the movies. Like, they don't have, like, a face like a human. They have more of a fish face. I was like, so it's a fish?
So, like, fish.
Yeah. Oh, so...
I love that so much.
Oh, we've talked about this. We got to get us sisters together and be rooting to.
Absolutely. The last time my sister came over and brought like all the snacks that we had talked about on the growing up episode.
Yeah.
She just showed up with them. I was like, I love you so much.
I know.
She's the greatest.
And I was so jealous. I was like, look, the fun to be had.
Koala Yum Yums.
Yeah, she found the koala snacks. Like,
yeah, she said that they're like named differently now. They were like the same thing. So,
With that, Courtney, you go have a day.
You have a day.
And friends, by the way, if you haven't heard, we have apparel now that says "Have a Day" on it. I will link it in the show notes. It's super cute. It's got a cute little cow on there and flowers, and it'll just remind you to have the day you deserve. All right. Bye. Bye. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you had as much fun as we did, would you do us a favor and share this episode with a friend?
Speaking of friends, can we all be friends over on the Instagram? You can find me at @ModFarmChick.
And me at Mrs. Green Pastures Cattle.
See you next week, guys.